Hey there, folks. Hey there, microphone insiders. It's Labor Day, and I had a wonderful telephone. Hold on, hold on. Cause I can't make this shit up. All right, so I had just done a about a 25-minute shootout video between the Roswell Colares and a Telefunken ELAM-251. There she be, an ELAM. It's an ELAM-251. It's a real ELAM-251, the real deal. $13,000 microphone. Don't worry, I didn't break it. Didn't break it. But my screensaver kicked in 2 minutes before I was done shooting. But I kept shooting because I figured I was still recording. And because my screensaver kicked, the video corrupted. But I didn't know that the video corrupted until after I had stripped down everything and packed the microphone away. And setting up a tube condenser in a booth is not a simple process at all. It's not. So I'm just going to give you my findings. And at some point in the future, I may do something with the ELAM again if Nick allows me to bring this out of the building again. We'll see. Yeah, so ELAM-251, $13,000 of sweet vintage tube goodness. It was beautiful. It's got that like classic tube, almost broadcast, broadcast, what you would expect to hear in like a broadcast warmth. Is the best way I described it in that video. That does not exist anymore. This is the Roswell Colares. This is $14.99, and they designed this to kind of capture some of the tonal characteristics of a 251. It is not a clone. I made sure to emphasize that quite a bit. And it has a much lower self noise. This is 12 dB. Let me check my spec sheet. 12 dB as opposed to 16 dB because this is not tube. Covers the same frequency range, has a 10 dB pad, larger diaphragm, same impedance. The Telefunken does have a switchable impedance. You can get it, you could switch it to 50 ohms instead of 200 ohms. But I have found the Colares, if you get up on it like this, it gives you a bit more of that warmth and more of that oomph to it, like the ELAM does. So if you're looking for one mic, you could just back off and it'll give you a little bit more of your brightness. There is some high passes on this. There's a 10 dB pad. There's a pad on this, so you can engage that, and then if you've got a mic pre, just crank it on the pre, and I bet you this thing will breathe really well for you. That's actually one of the recommendations that they made. It was like, hey, if you want to have some fun with it, just engage the pad on this and crank the pre. I do that with my Loudon Atlantis. It'll do that. After doing a couple shootouts, I realized that not all microphones sound best when you do the way I do shootouts, which is hot jacking at the same gain stage. But the way I do shootouts, I want to know if one mic runs hotter than others. I think that's important for people to know. But yeah, so the Colares gets you really close, which I think is impressive, especially for literally a percent of a $13,000 tube counterpart. So you're dealing with a lot less upkeep there. You don't have to worry about a tube, literal weight. If you're traveling with the microphone, things like that. But if you are a studio hog and you live in LA and you have a mic locker that is a literal locker and you work in a studio, I mean, an ELAM, it's an ELAM, man. That's the real deal. If you've got the money, I mean, you can't take it with you. Yeah, but Roswell, so far, you have impressed me. I'm going to set up the United Studio Technologies Twin 48 next. So stay tuned.